This is my newly acquired 1997 Honda Magna 750, and it's a beautiful bike. I like it. It came with some carburetor issues, which I've resolved, and now the biggest problem I'm facing is the previous owner has removed the baffles, and it's quite loud, and it's just upsetting the neighbors, and I actually don't like it myself. It's just too loud, and it's got some low-end torque issues. So I've looked everywhere on YouTube, and I can't find an example of what the baffles look like or where to get them, and without buying a complete set of mufflers and pipes. So I've decided to fabricate my own. So this is where I get to experiment and do some trial and error stuff. And I've decided to build them in such a way that I can modify them, at least modify the baffling effect without removing them. So this is the video, or actually it's a bunch of slides and some short videos together to show how I did it, and well, let's go from there. No baffles. All right, I started with a 48-inch piece of 1 5/8 inch steel pipe. That just fits within the opening of the current baffle hole, and it's not an exact fit, but it's a tight fit. It leaves room for wiggle so that you can set it in. You need a sawzall with a hacksaw blade and a small drill press, or if you're really good with a hand drill, a good hand drill. Now, after you drill about 25 holes in the body of this, make sure you don't go out too far towards the edge, because that'll be outside the body of the muffler. Then you need to cut a couple of slots on the back side to well, I'll show you what to do. You're going to bend those down so that you actually block the direct exit of the exhaust out the pipe. So it has to go around this pipe and then through the packing material. I drilled a couple of holes here on the very tip of it for a screw to hold the packing material in. Now, the packing material is just a standard fiberglass insulation. You get it at Home Depot. And I use a steel wool pad. It's a pot scrubber that I use in the kitchen, except it's new. And I push the fiberglass down in until it covers up the holes that I've drilled, so that nothing escapes past or directly out through the pipe. Then I finish it off with the steel wool, and I put a galvanized nail in for temporary to hold it while I'm testing. Okay, here the final product. Okay, that is steel wool. Actually, it's a scouring pad for kitchen, and behind that is about 3 inches of fiberglass insulation, and I've left the holes open where the rivets were, and the screw doesn't really belong there, and I think it's going to work out real good as soon as this is pretty dry already. I'll give it a try, see what it sounds like. Neutral. Where's neutral? That sounds a lot better. Took this guy for a test drive, and it's running really well now. It's not obnoxious at all. It's got a really nice sound to it when you are accelerating, and it doesn't annoy the neighbors anymore. And took it out on the highway too, and it's just fine. There's no back pressure problem. And actually, it's got a little more pull when you're coming off the stop sign. So I believe it wasn't breathing right to begin with, and now it's much better. And I've constructed it in such a way where if I want to change the sound or change the back pressure, I can remove that screw and pull out what I want, or pack in more material if I want, and just plug it with that steel wool. And so I think I'm done. I'm going to leave it the way it is. All right, if this video helped you in any way, press the like button or send a comment. If you've got any questions, also send a comment.